Guys, I'm going to level with you. Salt Lake City MLP, a little bit boring. But I promise you, I'm going to make this video very interesting. We're going to talk about Christian Alshon getting benched by the Ranchers, players getting mic'd up, huge announcements across the league, some crazy drama that happened in basically meaningless matches, and we're even going to do a check-in on Wang Yun, who's playing his first competitive tournament since having his contract terminated by the UPA last month. Last but not least, I've got the biggest giveaway to date on this channel. We're almost to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. One person that subscribes to the channel and follows Lobster Sports on Instagram will be entered in to win a lobster pickle. And trust me, you need it. You really do. Heading into the weekend, there were 2 playoff spots up for grabs and 3 teams looking to secure them: the Utah Black Diamonds, the Miami Pickleball Club, and the Chicago Slice. Normally, when teams are battling for a playoff spot, they're winning teams. But if I had to describe the playoff battle between the Slice and the Miami Pickleball Club, it would be like when one team has had a bunch of match points on their serve and they dump another third shot into the net, and then somebody in the crowd stands up and yells, "They don't want it!" That basically sums up their playoff push. The Ranchers actually had a backdoor shot to jump the LA Mad Drops to take the number 6 position, which comes with a first-round bye and would have put LA in the play-in matches, which is a big deal. Even with that on the line, they decided to not bring their star player Christian Alshon along with them. Now, there are rumors circulating as to why Christian got benched, and I'm not exactly sure, but it gave Wyatt Stone a crack at the lineup, and the Ranchers do have a history of utilizing their bench players more than anybody else in the league. Chicago got out to a 2-0 lead against the Ranchers, but Wyatt and Caitlin were able to clutch up to win their mixed match 13-11. Eric and Tina beat James and Callie 11-3, and then the Ranchers won their very first Dream Breaker of the season 21-18 without Christian. Miami then played Chicago head-to-head in a huge matchup for the last spot in the playoffs. They split the doubles, so we're headed to a Dream Breaker. It's 2-4, James serving, and he hits a combo of forehand to Ernie. 3-4, right? Well, actually, there was a footfall call. Watch this again and watch the ref on the right side call a footfall. The Slice decided to challenge it, and on replay, there was really no footfall. So they're going to get the point, right? Right? After the challenge, it was deemed a replay, which is wild. The ball was way past Yuta when this was called. The play was completely dead, and the footfault was called afterwards. It's one thing when an incorrect footfault is called in the middle of an ongoing rally, but this is rough. Oh well. I'm sure James is just going to lock in and win the next couple of points.
Diane called a foot fault, which was absolutely no foot fault.
The Slice ended up losing 21-13 in a huge head-to-head matchup, and they weren't completely out of things, but they were only 2 points behind Miami in the standings. Now, I wasn't sure exactly where to fit this in the recap, but Grandstand players were mic'd up this weekend, and it went pretty much about as expected when you got DJ Young in the court.
How lucky is he?
Side out!
You
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
out of here.
Big forehand drive.
Little Mama Jimmy.
Little Mommy Jimmy.
Let me know in the comments, do you like the players being mic'd up? On Friday, the Slice got some help from Wyatt Stone, who was able to help clinch the win for the Ranchers against Miami in regulation. Perfect! The Slice are back in business. They just need some points against Utah. And it's gone. Fortunately for the Slice, Miami only scored 1 point by getting to a Dream Breaker against Atlanta, which was a very winnable matchup for them. Wyatt kept winning in mixed, helping the Ranchers to a 3-1 win over Miami and the Sqairz, which put them just 2 points behind the Mad Drops with 1 match left against the Atlanta Bouncers on Saturday. Could they get the 6th seed without Christian Alshon? On Saturday, Chicago played Utah, and I'm not even going to talk about the pickleball because it's completely irrelevant to this match. This was an interesting match because the crowd was somewhat split. Callie Smith is playing on the Chicago Slice, but she has so many fans in Utah, and obviously the Black Diamonds are the home team, and they had some crazy hecklers that were going absolutely wild, like nothing we've ever seen before in pickleball. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to turn down the volume on your device. Subscribe for me saving your eardrums. So apparently one of Callie's family members was sick of it and started clapping back at the hecklers, then started inappropriately attacking players on the court and then inappropriately attacking Connor Pardo. He was eventually kicked out, and later Callie released a statement on her Instagram account. You can pause it here if you'd like, but I thought it was a really well done statement from Callie in a nightmare situation for her. There's no win for her there. You guys know that there's little I love more in life than some good pickleball smack talk, but this seemed to cross the line. And as far as I'm concerned, anything on the court is fair game, but off-court stuff should be off limits. But Callie did bring cookie cake to the courts next day, and that may or may not be just how easy it is to buy me a huff. We also had several huge announcements outside of Salt Lake City. First, the UPA announced that Lifetime was taking over as the official ball of the PPA Tour starting this week in Bristol. Yeah, like 3 days from now. I'd say that the majority of the players, myself included, are pretty happy with this change, but there's still a lot of people wondering what they're going to do with hundreds of Vulcan balls they have stockpile. Hey, they'll be a great use in your new lobster ball machine if you're the lucky winner of the giveaway, so a reminder to subscribe to my channel as well as Lobster Sports on Instagram. If you want to know how the Lifetime ball compares to the Vulcan ball, I also made a video on that, so you can check that out, and I'll link in the description as well. Next, we welcome the Palm Beach Royals to Major League Pickleball. It sounds like the 23rd MLP team was sold at a record valuation, indicating pretty good things for the league. It was purchased by Hyperspace Ventures and is being operated by Zach Hunter and Taylor Meyer. There are some rumors circulating around that this team is going to actually be immediately in Premier League next year, but I don't think that's been fully substantiated at this point. The Royals make the 4th team out of 23 to be based out of Florida, making me wonder how the Orlando Sqairz, the Florida Smash, and especially the Miami Pickleball Club feel about that. Wang Yun was back in action in Maharashtra, India, playing the Monsoon Open operated by Global Sports. If you live under a rock, this is interesting because it's the first time that Wang has played since he had his contract terminated by the UPA last month. The competition is nowhere near the level it is here in the US, of course, but Wang still had some solid results. He won the singles tournament and men's doubles with Harsh Mehta, but lost the mixed doubles final to Ryler DeHart and Megan Fudge. Maybe I'm in the UPA echo chamber, but it feels like events other than MLP and PPA have taken a major backseat. It's fun to stay up to date with other stuff going on, but it was so difficult to even find the information on the Monsoon Open or even find any of the matches to watch. Anyway, Bao also played, and we're definitely going to be staying up to date with his performance as well, because that's what the people want. And you can sign the petition to free Quang Duong by subscribing. Wow, that was shameless. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Since I was elected president of the UPA Pro Player Committee, I've been deliberating on who should be my vice president, and I need somebody who has respect of the players, somebody who has respect of the management, somebody who has respect of everybody, and most importantly, somebody who has never once found an equal. Ladies and gentlemen, Chet Subaru is going to be serving as my vice president.
Seriously, find my equal.
If you're new to the pickleball scene and you don't understand the Chet Subaru reference, familiarize yourself. You absolutely will not regret it.
I invented that. I invented that shot.
Okay, back to Salt Lake City. The Slice needed a regulation win against us on Saturday to make it into the playoffs, but they ended up losing in regulation despite a pickle in the first mixed position. The Ranchers needed a win in regulation against the Bouncers, and they are off to a good start, winning the women's match and going up 8-4 in the men's match. If they could close the men's match, they would most likely be able to earn that number 6 seed, but unfortunately for them, Todd and Jaume came back. They split the mixed doubles matches, meaning that Texas was going to stay in the number 7 spot. A very, very ballsy strategy from Texas, and you have to wonder why they decided to leave their best player back at home when playing for so much. Saturday locked in the playoff picture. We secured the number 3 seed. Texas ended up in 7th. Utah ended up in 9th. And I need to throw in an honorable mention. Elise Jones, diving ATP. Take a look at this.
Oh, there we go. She hits the ATP.
Let's see this replay.
Up and roll. Yeah.
We've got a review,
Awesome.
but we're at 2 for Elise. Miami limped in at number 10, and the Slice, Flames, Bouncers, Hogs, Heart Eights, and Hustlers missed the playoffs that start in San Diego in 2 weeks and end in New York City. In San Diego, the number 7 through 10 seeds will play each other in a single elimination match to be placed into the quarterfinals. From there, the number 1 seed will pick their opponent, 2 seed picks their opponent, 3 seed picks their opponent, and 4 seed has the last person, or last team. We'll almost certainly see St. Louis and Dallas picking the winners of the play-in rounds, but before the MLP playoffs, we have the PPA Bristol event this upcoming weekend. If you made it this far in the video, you're a hardo, so please hit the sub button. It helps me bring you more pickleball content, and you also have a chance to win that lobster pickle, so win-win.